My name is Hamutenya. I'm a biologist here. We are just busy trying to, to establish some, laboratory where we can able to analyze some few, heavy metals. As I presented last week, what we can able to do currently, I'm even sitting in the laboratory for mercury, direct mercury analyzer. So we can able to analyze mercury currently. So, but the other heavy metals we cannot able to because we still do not have equipment that can do that. So normally we are trying to license with some other laboratories where, especially with NSI, but and some other universities where they have equipment. That's where we send some samples for some other heavy metals like cadmium, lead, and some other heavy metal apart from mercury. So for the radionuclide, currently we are busy developing some competence in the polonium-210 before we move to uranium. It's a different type of uranium that need to be analyzed in the sediment, in biota, and also in water, if we can able to do that. But currently we are still busy trying to develop the capacity in the competence in the radionuclides, especially with polonium-210. That's what we started with, as I presented last week. We have an alpha analyst, an alpha spectrophotometer that we received from IAEA, which is International Atomic Energy Agency, that sponsored us in 2016, the alpha spectrophotometer. That got installed in somewhere late 2018. That's when we installed it. The DMA, the direct mercury analyzer, it was also sponsored that we got from IAEA. So at least we have only 2 equipment that we can able to use to analyze mercury and some few alpha emitters, like as we started with polonium-210 before we develop some other competence like uranium and cesium and some other alpha emitters. So I think what we really need so far, as I said last week, is we need to find collaborators, organizations that really need to assist us, especially with developing, a good quality control, and also to be trained in other capacity, especially with the other radionuclide, as uraniums and some other radionuclide as well, as I said. And for heavy metals, it will be good also in the future, maybe to have some other equipment that we can able to do it here, because doing it with the other laboratories is costly. Like with NSI, it's very expensive just to analyze one sample. You are charged for we are charged for an element. So when you are charged for an element, and then you will end up paying a lot of money for one sample, you might pay maybe $3,000 Namibian for 3 elements. So if you need a lot of samples, that can cost you a lot. But if you have your own equipment, you can able to to do it anytime. You can able to do it with the number that you want to analyze. You can analyze. Nothing that can really limit you so much. So, but as far as we started, I can see that once we are provided, once we get some equipment, once we get some proper training, we can able to do it ourselves here. We don't need to rely on other countries to do it for us. We can able to do it as long as people are trained properly. So I'm seeing it already here. We can able to do this mercury. We have published some 2 papers already, and we are doing our quality controls ourselves, and quality control and quality assurance. We are doing it ourselves here, where we are using some few CRMs and this is what we are doing so far. So I can see we are also assisting some students from university, from just to make sure we are doing something. So I think with the few that I've said, I think I can just end there.